Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the chemistry class. Today we will continue the discussion of the chapter, the study of the first element hydrogen. And last day we discussed about the preparation of hydrogen gas from water, from acid and alkali. Today we will start from the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas. So today we will start from the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas. Now generally in laboratory, hydrogen gas is prepared from granulated zinc, and dilute acid. You can use dilute sulfuric acid, you can use dilute hydrochloric acid, When this granulated zinc will react with this dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid, it will produce hydrogen gas, So the reaction is zinc is reacting with H2SO4 dilute. Here you cannot take concentrated sulfuric acid, that I will discuss why you cannot take. That will form zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Or you can take zinc plus dilute HCl, that will also produce ZnCl2 plus hydrogen gas. Now what is the procedure? So we have to take some zinc granules. Here I have taken some zinc granules. You see, these are the zinc granules. This is the zinc granule. This is the zinc granule. This zinc granule is not highly pure. There are some impurity, copper may be present. Inside this zinc granule, it is commercial. Not pure. Not pure zinc. So these are the zinc granules. You have seen. Now you have to take some pieces of zinc granule and you have to take in a wool bottle. Now what is wool bottle? Wool bottle is a bottle containing two mouths like this. So this type of bottle is called wool bottle. Here we are taking the zinc granules inside it. These are the zinc granules. So these are the zinc granules. Then we have to place one thistle funnel inside this wool bottle. So we are placing one thistle funnel. And here we can control the liquid, one knob is there. So this is called thistle funnel. Next you have to set up the apparatus for preparation of hydrogen gas. Here it will be locked by rubber cock, and here one delivery tube will be there, and end of the delivery tube must be above on this solution. Here we will add some dilute sulfuric acid. So here we have to pour some dilute sulfuric acid. So we have poured some dilute sulfuric acid, and through this thistle funnel you have to open this stopper. And then slowly dropwise it will come down. And next, so you have to cover up the zinc granules. Up to this you have to take the dilute sulfuric acid. And this is the delivery tube, and end of the delivery tube should be inside water, okay, where an inverted jar is there, where we will collect the hydrogen gas. Okay. Here water is there. Here hydrogen gas will be collected. Okay. Hope you can understand. So, if we add dilute sulfuric acid, then definitely there will be this type of reaction. Okay. So, dilute sulfuric acid will react with this granulated zinc and it will produce hydrogen gas. And this hydrogen gas will evolve here and it will go through this delivery tube and it will be collected by downward displacement of water. So, this is water. So, that inverted gas jar is first you have to take filled with water and slowly, okay, the hydrogen gas will be collected above this water. Okay. So, hydrogen gas is collected by the downward displacement of water. Hope you can understand. Now, you will think that if hydrogen gas is soluble, then we cannot collect. Okay, actually hydrogen gas is very poor. Okay, or you can tell that hydrogen gas is practically insoluble in water. Okay, that is why we are using this technique, that the downward displacement of water. And another thing you can think that hydrogen gas is lighter than air. Okay, so can we collect this hydrogen gas, okay, by downward displacement of air? Okay, it is not possible because hydrogen gas and air containing oxygen, this hydrogen oxygen mixture is explosive. If there is any little bit of flame is there, so it will burst like a bomb. Okay, so that is why we have to be very much careful, and generally this is not done. Okay, that collection of hydrogen gas by downward displacement of air. Okay, as it is lighter like ammonia gas. Okay, so better we have to collect the hydrogen gas through the downward displacement of water. Now, one thing already I told you, you cannot use concentrated acid. Generally sulfuric acid is taken. Okay, if we take concentrated sulfuric acid, then first hydrogen gas will produce. Again this concentrated sulfuric acid will react with this hydrogen and forming water and sulfur dioxide. So I am writing the reaction so that you can understand. H2SO4 will react with hydrogen forming sulfur dioxide gas and water will be formed. Okay, I think it is balanced 2 to 4. So that is why concentrated sulfuric acid, this is concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, so that is why we are not taking this concentrated sulfuric acid, we are taking dilute acid. Understand? Next we will discuss the drying of hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas can be dried by passing through the anhydrous calcium chloride. We can use caustic potassium stick, we can use P2O5. Okay, and another thing that in this process, whatever hydrogen gas we are preparing, okay, there is contaminated with different types of impurities. There may be hydrogen sulfide gas, there may be phosphine gas, there may be arsine gas, then there may be different types of acidic gas like sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, and there may be also water vapor. Okay, as we are collecting through the downward distribution of water. So this purification part is very important. How to purify this hydrogen gas? Okay, so first we will tell about the removal of the arsine and phosphine. Okay, so actually you have to take some silver nitrate solution. if you pass this hydrogen gas, okay, through the silver nitrate solution, then there will be formation of silver phosphide or silver arsenide, okay, and that phosphide and arsenide will be precipitated, okay, from this mixture, okay, and then again we have to pass this gas to another container, okay, and that container you have to take some lead nitrate, okay, and whenever you are passing through lead nitrate, that all hydrogen sulfide gases, okay, present as impurity will precipitate as lead sulfide, understand? And next these gases will be, when these gases will coming from the solution, okay, then definitely it will be free from hydrogen sulfide, and then again you have to pass this gas, okay, that means hydrogen gas through some basic solution, concentrated potassium hydroxide solution. If you take concentrated potassium hydroxide solution, okay, if you pass this gas, okay, definitely if there is any type of acidic gas, that will be absorbed, understand? And finally this gas will be collected, okay, passing through the anhydrous calcium chloride. You know that anhydrous calcium chloride is a very good what? Very good water absorber, okay, or drying agent. So in this way you can easily dry the gas, as well as you will get the pure hydrogen gas. So this is the purification process of hydrogen gas. Here if we draw the diagram, one diagram I think is given in your book, okay, so from here you can easily understand. So here you have to take series of conical flask or container, okay. So in one tube we are sending this impure hydrogen gas, okay, here end will be the solution, and here we have taken silver nitrate solution, okay. In another tube this gas is coming and going to another conical flask. Okay. And in this conical flask, okay, we have to take lead nitrate solution. And then again another tube is there from which this gas will go out, and again another conical I have to take. In this conical we have to take concentrated KOH solution, okay. And then again another tube is there to pass it into another system. Here one U tube is there. Here we have taken some anhydrous calcium chloride. Now silver nitrate will remove that phosphine gas and arsine gas. Lead nitrate will remove the H2S gas. Concentrate KOH will remove that sulfur dioxide gas, okay, carbon dioxide gas and nitrogen dioxide gas, okay, all acidic gases. And this anhydrous calcium chloride will remove the water. And so here we are passing the impure hydrogen gas containing these impurities, and so first it is going through the silver nitrate solution and forming silver phosphide, silver arsenide, and then it is going to the lead nitrate solution, it is forming lead sulfide, and then it is going to this concentrated KOH solution. Okay, then it will absorb this acidic gases because there will be some neutralization reaction, and finally when this hydrogen gas is going through this U tube containing that anhydrous calcium chloride, that will absorb the moisture. So in this way you can easily prepare pure hydrogen gas. So this is the purification procedure by which hydrogen gas is purified. Okay, in your book reactions are there, so you have to write the reaction like that phosphine. Okay, phosphine will react with silver nitrate. Then it will produce silver phosphide. Plus there will be Ag3P. Okay, plus there will be formation of what we can tell that nitric acid will be produced. Now here you have to balance this equation, that phosphine is reacting with silver nitrate. Okay, and here C is there, so if you put C here, and you have to put thrice H also. CH, 1 phosphorus, 3 silver. Now it is balanced. Okay, so in this way arsine also react with the silver nitrate, and that will produce silver arsenide, that is Ag3S, and there will be also formation of nitric acid. Understand what I am telling? Then it will form Ag3S, Ag3As. Here we have to take that ASH3 reacting with thrice AgNO3, forming Ag3As, silver arsenide, and there will be formation of thrice AgNO3. Hope you can understand. And next we will discuss about the lead nitrate. Okay, when you are passing this mixture through lead nitrate solution, so lead nitrate will react with H2S gas, forming lead sulfide, plus there will be formation of twice HNO3. So that lead sulfide will precipitate, and next conical it will go, this gas, and in next conical there is concentrated potassium hydroxide, and so you can take sodium hydroxide also. Generally you have taken potassium hydroxide. So here sulfur dioxide will react with this potassium hydroxide. It will form K2SO3. Thus there will be formation of water. You have to put 2 here. If you put 2 here, 2 plus 2, 4, now it is balanced. Okay, and if you take the carbon dioxide gas, it will form potassium carbonate and water. If you take the nitrogen dioxide, it will form potassium nitrate and water. So in this way you have to practice this reaction. These are very important. That is the purification of hydrogen gas. Hope you can understand what I told. Next one very important thing is there. Here one thing I have to check, that whether this thing is balanced or not. The PH3 is reacting with AgNO3, it is forming thrice HNO3. I think it is balanced. Okay. Achha, next I will discuss about the precaution. Precaution of preparation of laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas. First one, you have to think about the leakage of this gas. If the Thistle funnel is not below the solution or deep under the solution, then what will happen? There will be the hydrogen gas will may go out through this Thistle funnel outside. Okay, so you cannot collect that hydrogen gas. Another, that apparatus should be airtight. Okay, because all of you know that this air and hydrogen gas mixture is highly explosive. That means actually when hydrogen and oxygen will mix, that will not explosive. In presence of flame, okay, it will catch fire and there will be formation of huge amount of sound. That I can also demonstrate you. Okay, pop sound will be formed. So here in one test tube, I have taken some zinc granule. Then I am adding some dilute sulfuric acid. Here you are adding using this container we are using. Now see, bubble formation starts. Okay, evaporations are forming. Able to see this thing. So definitely hydrogen gas is producing. The reaction is Zn is reacting with H2SO4, forming ZnSO4 plus H2. Now here this hydrogen gas, okay, is displacing whatever air is present inside the test tube, but outside there is air. So if we burn this gas, then what will happen? Definitely there will be explosion, and air, as the amount of hydrogen gas is very little, okay, you will get some pop sound. Okay, I am showing you. Here you see some pop sound you will get. See, pop sound you got. Again I am showing you. But when you will prepare this hydrogen gas in large scale, okay, in laboratory generally we are doing small scale, although we have to be very much careful, okay. But in large scale if we prepare, that time you have to be very much careful. Otherwise there will be chance of accident, okay. And by using this hydrogen, okay, we can also prepare hydrogen bomb also. But this is the dark side of science. Actually, now the weather is very bad, okay. It is raining all time. That is why it is matchsticks are not working. Now again you see pop sound will come. See. So you can easily understand. So why we have to take precautions, okay, during the preparation of hydrogen gas. So Thistle funnel should be dipped, okay, under the dilute sulfuric acid. Next, apparatus should be airtight, and the gas is collected only after all the air, okay, that in the apparatus has been completely driven out. If there is air, that means there will be oxygen, okay. So definitely they may explode, okay. And the gas jar used for collecting of hydrogen gas should be completely filled with water. Actually, hydrogen gas is collected by downward displacement of water, okay. So it should be properly filled up with water so as to make them free from air bubbles, okay. And next we will discuss about the zinc granule. Why we are using zinc granule? Already I told you that zinc granule contains some impurities as copper, okay. And this copper acting as a catalyst, it will speed up the reaction. Now see, the reaction is so fast. But if we take, you see, okay. But if we take pure zinc, definitely what will happen, the reaction will become very slow, okay. And if you want to produce hydrogen gas, it will take time. So better we have to take that granulated zinc. But you can say that why you are not using sodium potassium. Actually sodium potassium are reacting violently with hydrogen gas. Then why you are not using that calcium and magnesium? Because these calcium magnesiums are very much expensive, okay. And aluminum is not used, okay, as there will be formation of some oxide and it will be protected, or it will be covered with this oxide layer, and reaction may stop. And next we can think about that iron. Irons also react very slowly, okay, with this dilute acid at ordinary temperature. That is why we are not using iron, okay. Better you take that zinc granule. And if you think about lead, already we have discussed, lead is not used because if we are using dilute HCl, it will form lead chloride. Now lead chloride is not water soluble, okay, it is insoluble in cold water. So definitely on the surface of the lead there will be formation of lead chloride coating and reaction will be stopped. If you are taking sulfuric acid, definitely it will react with lead, forming lead sulfate that is insoluble. That will also form a coating, okay, on the surface of the lead, and reaction will be stopped. But what will happen if we take nitric acid, dilute nitric acid in place of dilute sulfuric acid or dilute hydrochloric acid? Actually dilute nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent and it cannot be used as it forms the oxides of nitrogen instead of hydrogen, okay. But only very few metal like magnesium manganese, okay, we can use for preparation of hydrogen gas at very dilute conditions, okay. So other metals we cannot use, okay, for preparation of hydrogen gas with nitric acid. Hope you can understand. So in this way we have completed the discussion of the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas, okay. So you will read this chapter. If you have any doubts, okay, you will clear your doubt in live class. So today up to this, thank you.